right, welcome back to my channel. On this episode, we will be talking about budgeting and the strategies that you can leverage. I want you to understand that regardless of where you are in life, budgeting is going to be your best friend. Don't run away from it, but make sure you start understanding it.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of.
So today I'm going to talk about 4 key budgeting strategies that you're going to be able to leverage. And I will also talk to you about the one that I leverage and why. So the first budgeting strategy is the 50-30-20 rule, right? I know it's very cliche. I know everywhere you go and you search for it, that's the first thing that's going to come up. And why this budgeting strategy is, the top one is simply because it's the easiest thing to do, right? To be able to help you get on track. So you want 50% of your budget to go towards the things you really need, the necessities, your bills, paying your mortgage, your insurance, your car payment. Those are things you need to do because you cannot live without them, right? Number 2 is the 30%. You want 30% of that money to go towards what your savings, your investments. Those things are very, 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 very important, because without those things, it's really difficult for us to progress in life without a savings, whether it's long-term or short-term, and also putting money away for our future self, right? Because investing and putting your money away for your future self is like financing your future. So that is really, really, really important. And the 20% is simply money you're putting away for your wants, your travels, you have kids, miscellaneous. You want to put that 20% away so that just in case you have an emergency, you have that money you've set aside for that. Something you want to do, an activity, date night, all of those things you want to put aside 20% of your income to be able to fulfill that gap. So that is budgeting strategy number 1. Very cliche, very simple, but it's the most challenging thing you'll find with budgeting is just getting started. Start somewhere. We all have to start somewhere. Number 2, the zero-sum budget. Oh man, this is my favorite. This is what I leverage, right? For example, if you make a certain amount of money for the year, what you want to do is make sure that every single dollar is accounted for. No money is loose, or no money is just sitting anywhere just because if that money is just sitting around, then you're going to find things coming up that you weren't even aware of was going to come up. And because the money is just sitting there, you're going to use it because it's not accounted for. So for example, if you make $60,000 a year, $150,000 a year, what you literally want to do is to break down every single month that money that you'll be taking home, whether it's $5,000 going towards, your savings and your investments, and, $10,000 is split up between your wants and your needs. And you just want to make sure every single dollar is accounted for and no money is lingering around or doing nothing that is not pertaining to you building your wealth, which is really important. So that is my favorite budgeting strategy, is the zero-sum rule. Every single dollar has a place, right? And because my income also fluctuates, the difference that I have left over, right? And my income fluctuates in a great way. So what I want to do with the leftover is to ensure that I'm putting it in my miscellaneous and also increasing my savings and my investment portfolios. Number 3 is literally the pay yourself method, right? Pay yourself first method. This right here, I believe every single person should understand the power behind it. What's the most expensive bill in your house? That's a question. I would like for you to pause for a second and really ask yourself, what's the most expensive bill you have in your house? And I know exactly what you're going to say. It's your mortgage, it's your rent, it's the car, it's the kids. But the most important bill in your house is you. How do you work 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week, and you're the last person you pay? The reason why that happens is because sometimes we truly forget how much impact we have on the income that we make. And the relationship you build with your money is going to be determined how much you pay yourself. Because who's the hardest working person when it comes to going out and making the money? You. So I challenge you to master the pay yourself first method. And the easiest way to do that is to have separate bank accounts. When you have separate bank accounts, what you want to do is have that deposit account and your bill paying account. Your deposit account is simply where your money goes, right? And you're able to deposit what you get paid. And now, because you have now budgeted out what your finances are and your bills are for the month, you're now able to transfer from your deposit account to your bill paying account, which will now cause you to be more precautious of where your money is going and what you're doing with your money. But you don't want to wait till the end of the month where you pay all your bills and you're paying yourself pennies and shillings. Because are you worth pennies and shillings? I don't think so. And the last rule is the envelope rule. If you don't feel like really leveraging an envelope, that's fine, but it's just a method to show you where a majority of your money is going. For example, you want to have an envelope for entertainment. You want to have one key one that I talk to my clients about is travel. Everybody likes to travel, but nobody plans in advance for traveling. And traveling can be very expensive. And when you go on vacation, don't you want to be at peace? And not having to think about, oh my God, I have to go back and pay back off this loan, this credit card, when all we have to do is plan for that thing that we want to do, right? So what you simply want to be able to learn to do is go in there and creating the envelopes for things that you have to pay on a monthly basis or you're looking to do on a longer term basis. And what you will now do is move the money from one place to the next. So even if you're leveraging your bank account, what you literally want to do is ensure that you have separate accounts, which is why the bill paying account and the deposit account is so important, because then you can transfer the money to the bill paying account so that you're more precautious of what you're doing. So when you go out and you're grocery shopping, you know exactly how much you need to be spending on grocery, and you create your grocery list. Really, really important when you're doing the envelope method is that now it allows you to create lists. If you're going grocery shopping, if you're going shopping for the kids sporting event, you now have an envelope for everything, so you're not going over budget and you're staying within budget. So I challenge you today to one, pause and pick based upon where you are financially, because every one of these budgeting strategies will align based upon where you are financially every time. My financial goals are different from yours because my income is different from yours. So is your family's and so are your friends, right? So you have to pick the budgeting strategy that will work best for you. And as your income and as your financial life change, you will adjust the budget you're leveraging, right? So pause, think about which one will work best for you based upon where you are financially and how it will improve your life drastically when you just sit down and put a proper plan in place so that you can start elevating your finances and being more confident. Because my goal is to help you restore your financial hopes by leveraging the right process that will help you get to your destination. Make sure you stay blessed, be blessed, but also don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.